Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I'm going to be trying a whole bunch of new products. Some of them came in my Boxycharm, some of them I bought on my own at the drugstore, and we're just going to see how I created this eye look. It came together so beautifully, and the other products I tried are really cool. I want to give a shout out to Touch in Soul Cosmetics for this really cool Glodiant palette that you will see me use later on. And I loved it. I loved everything I used today. The palette was okay. I mean, it created this, so I mean, it can't be all that bad. But anyways, if you like this video at any point, you can like and subscribe if you wish. And like I said, that can be done at any point during the video or not, which is heartbreaking, but I get it. So anyways, if you are interested in seeing how I created this look and all the new products that I am diving into, just keep on watching, and thank you for watching at all. Thank you. I try not to drink soda, but you know, don't drink soda. It's bad for you. Just do as I say, not as I do. Alright, so my brows are on, and oh god, my face feels so clean. Like, it looks, you know, like awful because it naturally is, but that cleanser is just so freaking good. It was, what did I use? I used the Glam Glow Super Cleanse, and that came in a Boxycharm, and it is now probably my favorite face wash that I've ever used, just because the way it makes my skin feel afterwards. It's really weird because they want you to apply it to your face dry, like you don't get your face wet first. You apply it dry and then rinse it off from there and pat dry and all that. But it's actually like a really good face wash, and I totally recommend it. And I cannot wait to keep using it because it's just wonderful. But anyways, now I need moisturizer, so I'm going to use this Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisture Cream. And I gotta say, it is so nice to not have nails right now, just because like dipping into products when you have nails is like the most irritating thing. But then at the same time, like, I kind of have like an anxious habit where I bite my nails, and sometimes I'm able to stop, and then other times like I can't. Like, I don't even realize I'm doing it. I'll be like watching TV or something and it just is happening. And yeah, it sucks. So damn, I put a lot of this on. I'm gonna spread this like to my cheeks. But yeah, nervous habits, super fun. Apply a little bit to my under eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the eyes as always. Just a sec. So I'm gonna use some of this Revolution, Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer on my under eyes, or not under eyes, on my eyelids as my primer. And I like to use concealer instead of traditional eyelid primers because I find that they're not pigmented enough to cover the pigmentation in my eyelids, but concealer is. So, and it's also like, I feel like eye primer is such an unnecessary product. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, especially when concealer works just as well. Like, I don't feel like eye primer is the most necessary product out there. So I'm going to set my eyes real quick, only because I don't know if the palette that I'm trying has like a shade that will work to set my eyelids. So I'm just using some Coty Airspun powder and a Morphe brush from ages ago, and I'm just setting my eyelids. So the palette I'm trying today is the Grown Woman palette from Give Me Lala Beauty. This also came in Boxycharm. Most of the new products I'm trying today came from Boxycharm, and then I also got a couple new products at the drugstore. So anyways, it comes in this little carton, which I thought was cute, so I kind of kept it on. This is what it looks like in the front, and then this is the shades. I mean, it looks like there's really only like, I want to say maybe like 3 looks you can create with a palette that looks like this, but that's okay. We're just kind of playing around with it and testing it out today, so it's not the biggest deal. Is there a mirror in here? There is, so that's a huge plus. The manufacturer's suggested retail price for this was $42. So I don't know if I would spend $42 on an eyeshadow palette that had 9 shades, but if they are good products, whoa, how did it look on here? But anyways, if they're good shadows, like, I don't mind. Like, you know, I don't mind having it, especially because I didn't have to pay $42 for it. So we're just gonna get into the eye look now. The first shade I'm gonna go into is The Wife, which I like that the shades are actually labeled underneath the shade because it makes it so much easier. And I'm just gonna kind of like put this in my face to build some depth. I do feel like for $42, if you were to just buy this palette and you don't have Boxycharm, it didn't come with that, the packaging is a little bit like lackluster for something that's that expensive. But sorry, my nose is so itchy. I think it's the face wash, like some of it got in my nose and whatever. But I feel like the packaging could be a little bit more, like, I mean, it's just your typical cardboard magnet packaging, but I feel like the packaging could be a little bit more, like, luxurious for that price point. But I mean, I didn't buy this on my own, so I'm not like super disappointed. I just think they could have went a different direction with packaging, but then again, there's nothing wrong with cardboard. I mean, cardboard packaging is good, especially with how much makeup waste there is out there. I mean, it's biodegradable somewhat, and I mean, or eventually at least it's biodegradable, I think, right? I don't know, but I just keep dipping back into that shade and kind of darkening, well, not really darkening, but just adding to that color. So I don't know if you can even see it. It's almost the same tone as my skin, but it's a little bit darker, and it kind of adds a nice gradient effect, which is what we love. So I'm gonna go on to my next blending brush that needs to be used on my color switch real quick. And I don't know, there's like a couple different directions I can go with this. I kind of don't want to use Boss Lady because I feel like it's gonna make it look a little too brown. and that's not really what I'm going for. I want to say it's gonna take me a minute to think about this, so I think the next shade I'm gonna go in with is Bridal Party, because I feel like that's not gonna mess up anything, so that I can still go like a couple different directions with it if, you know, it's getting too bronzy. I'm trying to avoid like the bronzy looks now. Like, I know I've been kind of doing that, and like, I mean, it's kind of for whoever's looking for bronzy eye looks, but I just feel like it's a little overdone, and I kind of like want to try new things. Like, you know, I want to branch out, so I'm trying to avoid bronzy palettes, but I mean, this came in my Boxycharm and I wanted to use it, so I'm gonna just keep taking Bridal Party, and I'm gonna put that in the crease a little bit lower than I put the first color, which was the Wife. Yeah. So I gotta say, for $42, I don't think that these blend well with each other. Like, I don't know if you can see. I mean, like, it looks seamless. It looks like nice and blended. But I feel like for $42, there should be more pigmentation, and that the shades should blend a little bit easier. I feel like you have to work with it a lot to kind of get it to be that gradient effect. And I mean, I don't know, that might not be a deal breaker for some people, but for some people it is. So I just wanted to point that out. And that, so far I've put the Wife and Bridal Party on my lids. I'm thinking I want to go in with Cabo Kisses, just because I want to, like, I'd rather make this like a reddish look than like a super brown look, which I feel like will happen if I go in with this, or I mean this. But yeah, so Cabo Kisses, I'm gonna have to clean off a little blending brush to, I need to wash like the brushes that I use the most, because I don't, and then I end up having to use brushes that I don't like. But I do like this brush. This is a Beige Cosmetics number 6 brush. It came in there marble. I think it was the Marble Luxe one. I don't know. So I'm gonna take Cabo Kisses, and wow, that's really red. So I guess I'm just gonna lay that in the outer corner, because I kind of want to see how it looks, and then I'm gonna kind of blend it up into the crease. I don't even notice like a difference really, but I'm gonna do it again on the other side. So it kind of adds like some cranberry-ness to your look. I kind of think maybe this would be like a really cool shade for a different look, to like put all of it, to just put this shade all over the eyelid and then blend out the edges, maybe put like the cool sparkly inner highlight and just do like a matte eye. But that's not what I'm doing so far, but I think that might be a cool look to do in the future. So I'm just blending this in the outer corner and then bringing it up in the crease with whatever's left on the brush. And doing the same on the other side. It's definitely darker on the other side, so I'm gonna have to add a little more. I feel like sometimes, like, my left eye, which is this eye, I feel like sometimes shadows don't stick to it as well as they do to my right eye. And I could be crazy, like, this could be totally, like, not factual at all, like, maybe I'm just tripping, but I feel like shadows don't stick as well to this eye. Like, I feel like I have to apply more than I do to the other eye. So this is looking a little unblended in the corner. So I'm just gonna keep blending right here. And up in the crease. So there are a variety of shimmer shades, and I guess I'll swatch them. Oh, that looks way different than you would expect it to. So I just swatched the shade Say Yes, and okay, well now it looks like what you would think it would, but in person it looks way more bronzy. I'm gonna try this Princess of Bel-Air, which is like more, it looked more cool toned at least. More of like a cool toned bronzy color. And then there's I Do and The Ring. So I know these are kind of hard to see, but in order, these are Say Yes, Princess of Bel-Air, I Do, and The Ring. And I gotta say, these are a little bit like chalky. Like they come off super pigmented, obviously, but they feel a little chalky. I can't even find, they're there. I was looking through my makeup wipes because I'm just not trying to have this on my shirt later. But yeah. So I'm even more confused on what shade I want to go in with, because I didn't want it to be a bronzy look, but it seems like that's like all you can create with this palette. It's just different shades of bronzy looks, because you've got different tones of matte shades, and just, you know, I don't know, never mind. But yeah, it looks like no matter what, you're gonna be getting a bronze eye out of it. So I'm going to clean a shading brush that I'm also going to spritz with water. And I think I want to go in with Princess of Bel-Air just because it's the most different. In my opinion, I feel like the other ones are a little bit too similar. And for that, I'm going to use the Makeup Obsession Matte Fix. I'm just going to spritz my brush with this. I hate this as a setting spray. I hate it. I won't put it on my face. But it works to spritz my brushes with. So I use it for that. And it serves me well that way, because on my face it did not. And I'll get into that later if I remember to. So I'm just going to put that shade Princess of Bel-Air on the front of my lid. The front portion of my lid here, and then I'm gonna blend out the edges, so I'm not too worried about it. Like, whoa, that looks like a foiled shadow. That's cool. But I'm not too worried about it like getting haphazardly crazy or anything like that. I'm gonna use the other side to do my other eye, and hopefully there's enough wetness go on the brush. So I don't know if you're getting this on camera, but this kind of comes off like a foiled shadow when you wet the brush, which is what I do with nearly all my shimmer shades, or I use my finger. Whoa, that's just like crazy. Okay, well, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more because the other side needs it, and just kind of going to that like 2/3 point where I'm able to still blend out the outer crease and it doesn't look like shimmery on top or anything. I think I got the most pigment on this part of my eye. It's just like super pigmented, so I'm going to go in with Princess of Bel-Air a little bit more on this eye. And I'm just kind of gonna like put it on there, and I don't know. This kind of reminds me of the song Bel-Air by Lana Del Rey, which isn't one of her like biggest songs, but it was like one of her like older songs, and it's a pretty song, but I mean, whatever, that was irrelevant. So this is what we're looking at eyeshadow wise, and I know on camera for some reason it doesn't look good, but in person it actually looks pretty good. Like, it looks definitely like I tried. So I'm gonna take this bigger blending brush and I'm gonna blend out the outer corner and then go over top as well. And then I'm gonna do the same on this side. And now they look even. So that was the Grown Woman palette by Me Lala Beauty, which apparently they have a hashtag, so I will be tagging them in my review for this, and probably for the Instagram pictures / videos that I will take. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeliner off camera, and then I'm going to apply lashes, and that's gonna be something to think about as well because I have no clue what lashes I want to use. So yeah, just give me a second to get that done and I'll be right back. Alright, so I totally just realized this would be the perfect opportunity to whip out my newest eyeliner purchase, which is from Lottie London. I had always wanted to buy something from Lottie London, but I never found it anywhere, not even at Ulta. At least not that I'm aware of. Maybe I just totally missed the display, but I saw this at Walmart and I immediately picked it up. Most of the display was completely bare, so you could tell that people were definitely buying their Lottie London products because they're really popular, I believe, with some like UK makeup artists. And I didn't know that we could even get it in the US, so I just ripped the box, and kind of ruined it. But it's just your typical winged liner pen, and it's wrapped in more plastic inside. So let me unwrap it. And if I'm incorrect, it says, for striking eyes, use Lottie London's Wing Woman eyeliner. The easy-to-use, intensely black precision tip liner means feline flicks and dramatic wings are now easier than ever. So what I'm going to do first is do a line across my eyelids, and then I'm going to do my wing liner with this, because I find that my nose is so itchy, oh my god. But I find that with wing or eyeliner pens, that if you try to like do the whole line across your eyelids and then do the wing liner, a lot of times it runs out of product and you kind of gotta like shake it and work with it. So that I don't want to deal with. I kind of just want to do my liner. So I'm going to put a black line, at least just line my top eyelids with some Wet n Wild Megaliner, because this is in a pot and it has a lot of liner in it, so it just makes it easier to get like a full line across without drying out. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Alright, so now I've just got a black line across my eyelids. I'm waiting for this one to dry, so giving it a second. And since I do not have a mirror that would let me do my liner close up enough while also having it be visible in the camera, and I know you don't want to stare at my hair because it looks like crap right now, and also because I've made that mistake in past videos where I kind of just lean into the closest mirror that I have, but you still can't see what I'm doing. So I'm gonna do my wing liner and then I will talk about how I like this product. This is just water, but it has been so freaking hot for what I imagined this climate would be. I didn't even think that Colorado got hot, but dude, I've been like super dehydrated. I'm trying to like wipe away the fallout from my palette, but I've been super dehydrated and literally I have to drink so much water. I have to drink this water that you mix with electrolytes, because I kind of have like a hydration issue. My skin's drier, my lips peel constantly. It is so annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna get on my wing liner now. I'm just super thirsty. Okay, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, this is probably the easiest liner pen I've ever worked with. So if this has like good staying power, this is probably something I'm gonna implement into my daily routine, because goddamn, that was so fast and they just look so good. This one's not as sharp as this one. This one looks a lot sharper. I like it, but still, it was like the easiest liner pen I've ever worked with. Kind of restored my faith in liner pens because I have so many that have dried out on me that I loved. So I hope this isn't a situation where this pen's gonna dry out on me and I'm gonna be all upset. But wow. I just wanted to point that out real quick. So I've got this whole basket of lashes, and then I've got a couple extras that couldn't fit in here. These can't even all really fit in here because it's hard to look through. But I'm trying to figure out which ones I want to wear. I like these ones from ColourPop, but I don't know. And like, I can't tell. I mean, this look is kind of dramatic, but it's also kind of like muted enough to where I feel like you could wear it in the daytime and it wouldn't be too much. So I don't think I need to go with anything that dramatic. I think I'm gonna try these lashes. They're the AOA Studio 3D Foam Ink, and this is in the style 1645, which is Camille. And these aren't very dramatic. They're just like long and fluffy and give you that nice effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these lashes on. Hopefully there's no mishaps, and I will be right back. So I'm finding that the lash band on these lashes is really long. I haven't glued it down yet, but it literally goes from like the end of this eye to the very end of this eye. So I don't want to trim them down. That's the thing, is like I don't want to trim these down because I feel like they're so pretty. But I mean, at the same time, they were $1.50, if that. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and get over myself and trim it down a little bit so that it looks a little better on the eye and it doesn't look so like forced. But anyways, back to my lashes. Alright, so lashes are on now. Just waiting for them to dry so I can put on some mascara. And I gotta say, Camille did us a solid because I feel like these lashes are so beautiful. Especially like, they don't look super dramatic at all, like in the box. But when you apply them, they actually do look really dramatic because they're very fluffy. They've got that 3D effect. And I just feel like they look very, they just look really nice. So anyways, I'm gonna try something else that's new for my face. And this is the Jecca Blac, I believe, Jecca Blac, Jecca, Jessa, I don't know how you say this. Okay. This is the Hydrate Primer. It says Hydrating Primer for Face, vegan friendly, cruelty free. And it says Hydrate Primer instantly moisturizes and refreshes the skin, helping makeup to be long lasting. Apply all over face using your fingertips. Use before makeup. Be fearless. You look fabulous. I don't know if you can see that. I know it's backwards. So, I kind of hate these kind of caps, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. I'm not gonna judge this primer based on the cap. It is a little hard to open though. So you take it off and it's got like one of those metallic sealy things. Whoa, and I guess that's because a shitload comes out when you first open the bottle. Damn, I think that's more than I need. Whoa, I need to just shut this bottle. I have so much on my hands right now. Okay. This needs to be closed. Okay. Wow. Okay, that was a lot more than I was expecting. So I've been gearing a lot towards like hydrating products because, like I said before, my skin and my face and my body has never been as dry as it is here in Colorado. And it never occurred to me that like where you live could affect like your skin, your life. I don't know, whatever. But I mean, I love it here, but geez, I am dry. Like, but this seems like it was very hydrating. It feels really nice on the skin, so I'm gonna let that sink in for a little bit while I choose a foundation to use, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've decided I'm gonna go with my Smashbox Studio Skin 24-hour Hydra Foundation since we're just on a hydrating kick today. So I'm just gonna squeeze maybe 3 pumps. Yeah, because this one doesn't pump out a lot. But 3 pumps on the back of my hands. And I'll go ahead and put that back in my foundation drawer. And I'm just gonna dip the bottom of my sponge into it and go all over the face. And this has kind of got that like sheer to buildable medium coverage. So it's not like super coverage, you know, but I think I am gonna add a little more because maybe it's the primer, but I feel like this isn't covering the way it usually does. So I'm gonna add a little more. I'm gonna add 2 more pumps and keep going. It's gotta be that primer, but it is buildable. See, it is building up a little bit more where I want it to. I almost like got some in my eye right now. And I gotta get in like the creases of my nose because my nose always looks freaking weird with foundations. It's like I can tell a good foundation based on like how it's settling in my nose creases. Like if it's settling really bad, then you know it's probably not something long wearing that I'm gonna want to like wear all day or anything. But yeah, so this is like super sheer coverage. I would say it's like medium coverage based on how it looks right now. My skin's still showing through, but it's not necessarily like completely covered or anything. So I'm gonna put the cap back on this. And for concealer, I feel like I've been using the same thing over and over again. So I'm gonna, do I want to try this right now? I feel like I want to try this in an upcoming video, so I'm going to use something else. I guess I'll use my Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. And I'm going to have my powder out and ready to set because my eyelids like to crease very quickly upon applying any kind of concealer or redness products. I used to use the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye like redness cream, and it helped a lot. Like it made my skin look so good. I kind of want to buy some now, but I'm a little bit not in the financial position to do that. So, you know, another day. But I'm just gonna apply a little bit right here, a little bit towards the end, then a little bit down here. So kind of creating that triangle shape, but like a little less, you know, crazy. And I apply a little bit up here, a little bit at the edge of my nose, on my chin, and my cupid's bow. And this can go back in the drawer. Grab my sponge and time to blend. This version of Shape Tape is so much better than the regular version that I honestly think they should just discontinue the regular version and just keep this one, because I just feel like it looks so good and like so glowy, and like what more could you ask for? And blending it can be a little bit hard because it's Shape Tape, so it's super pigmented, but at the same time it covers so well. Like all the redness from my under eye is just gone. So I'm gonna set that eye real quick, and then I'm gonna do the other eye. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and set my whole face using my Heavenly Luxe Wand Ball Powder number 8 brush from It Cosmetics. And this brush, I swear to God, if you don't have it, like you need it to set your whole face. You need it. But anyways, I just take some powder, run it along my face, take a little more. And this is just so that any powder product I put on top of it blends a little easier. So I think that is the last I need to use of my Coty Airspun powder. Look at how much comes in this. Well, can't really tell, but it's a lot of product. And I used up one of those, and it literally took me like 2 years. Like, I'm not even kidding. I was using it for 2 years. and finally it ran out on me. So this one I've had like a solid like 6 months, and yeah, damn, it lasts a very long time. So I'm going to get into bronzer, and then I'm going to show you guys this really cool palette that I got from Touch and Soul, which is a K-beauty brand, which I love because I'm a quarter Korean. So anyways, this is the Glodiant face palette, and this came in my Boxycharm as well. I actually love all the products that Boxycharm sent me. But anyways, I will put up swatches, the swatches that I did, up either on Instagram or just show them like the picture of them in this video somewhere. But yeah, I'm really excited to use this. I think I'm going to use this as my blush and my highlight today. The bronzer part is a little too deep for me. I'm going to stick with my a little bit cooler, lighter tone bronzers so that I still look normal. But first I'm going to apply some mascara to my lashes, and then I'm going to work on the under eyes, so we'll get to that. Alright, so I know I'm way zoomed in now, but I want to get into the lower lash line, and I wanted you to be able to see it. So I'm just taking a Sigma E25 blending brush, and I'm going back into the Me Lala The Grown Woman palette, and I think I'm actually gonna take, oh my god, what do I want to do? I think I want to take the shade Bridal Party and just lightly dip into that, and then apply that to my lower lash line. Luckily, there's not too much pigment, so I guess that's one positive about the pigmentation in this palette, but other than that, I feel like it should be more pigmented just because of the price. I feel like it should be more pigmented and a little bit easier to blend, but we'll talk about that later. I mean, they look decent, so that's all I wanted to do, was just add a little bit of color. Whoa, okay, I just moved this on accident. But I just wanted to put a little bit of color underneath there before I do my lower lash mascara. And for that, I'm going to use my Bad Gal Bang mascara, which is by Benefit. And I use this mascara because it has the tiniest little brush. Like, look at that. It's like super thin. So it makes it way easier to do your lower lashes, because sometimes you kind of gotta like dig in there to like find those small lashes. So I'm gonna do that real quick, very carefully. So now that lower lash mascara is done, I'm gonna get into bronzer, and I saw my bronzing brush. Okay, here it is. So this is my bronzing brush. It's my favorite. It is the number 206 of the Live Beautifully collection from IT Cosmetics, and it's just called Buffing. Okay, now that I'm not on the ground getting a fucking brush, I'm gonna use the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, and yeah, this is like one of my favorite bronzers, which is why it looks like this. And I'm a little concerned because I bought, where is it? Here it is. I bought this Physicians Formula Murmur Butter Glow Face Palette, and the highlighter, or not highlighter, the bronzer in this is like a way different shade than the butter bronzer, and it says that it's the butter bronzer, and I swear if they change the formula, I'm gonna be really irritated because I'm gonna have to find another bronzer, and I don't want to. So God, I hope that they didn't change the formula of this, or the color, whatever. So I'm just swirling around, and I'm buffing that on my cheeks, and I do a little bit on my chin and my decolletage. Is that when you go like down here with it? Decolletage, decolletage, I don't know. It's a French word, and I took French and I don't remember any of it. But I don't know, whatever. Okay, so time for more. Go a little bit up. What? Oh. So bronzer is on. And now it's time to use that palette that I'm so excited to use. I just think Glodiant is such a cute word, so, and it says hashtag Glodiant, so I will definitely be tagging Touch and Soul and hashtagging Glodiant. For blush, I think it's gonna be kind of hard to keep it to like one shade, so I'm kind of gonna use these two in conjunction with one another. I'm gonna try to like get more of the pink shade and less of like the brown shade. Anyways, I'm just dipping into this very lightly. Oh, that's pretty. It's kind of like a glowing blush. Like a very, well, I mean, obviously, like, I don't know what I would have expected it to be. But, yeah. I got a piece of hair in my mouth from that brush. Ew, okay. So, now, I'm going to take my AOA Studio F19 brush, and this is just like the perfect highlighter brush, and I'm going to go into these two shades. I'm kind of going to mix them together and use that as my highlight. Ooh. That is a nice highlight. Fuck yeah. It's like when the light hits it at like the perfect angle, it just looks amazing. I'm just do a little down my nose, Cupid's bow, little on my chin, and then I'm also going to use this as the inner corner highlight for my eyeshadow. And I tend to just do that with my finger because I feel like it doesn't show up light enough or bright enough when I use a brush. So I'm just gonna like lightly put that in the inner corner. And then sometimes if I disturb the shades on the lid, I kind of use my finger to like blend it out, like the part that's on my lid. But yeah. Hell yeah. So this is actually like really cool. I really like the design concept. The only thing is it's hard to grab just one of each color, but I think that's kind of the point because it's called Glodiant and it's like a gradient of highlighting shades. Like I want to kind of just push my finger I went all the way across it, and I'm gonna just swatch what that looks like. So that's really pretty. That could be like a really pretty like face topper. I don't even know what word to call it because it's like blush, bronzer, and highlighter. But yeah, I really like that. Wow. So I think, I swear, am I forgetting something? Oh, I am. So I got the coolest, well, not the coolest, but it is a matte, or it's basically like a matte lip crayon. It looks like this. It is the Physicians Formula Rose Kiss All Day Velvet Lip Color, and this is in the shade First Kiss, which is like, it looks more pink on camera, but it's actually more of like a darker shade. So I'm gonna try this today. And I know I like never do my lips on camera, because normally I just put a gloss on or a lip oil, and I feel like that's boring. Like, who wants to watch that and who cares? But I had a new lip product, so I decided to share it. And I also got one in my Boxycharm, so I'll probably use that in my next video. And I need to shut up so that I can finish doing it. So I kind of made a mess around like the pencil part, and I guess this is one of those things that, yeah, it doesn't twist up, so I'll have to like sharpen this. Probably not next time I use it, but eventually. So this is what the lip color looks like. And I know that I have like the least appealing lips ever, so I'm not expecting it to look great. But now I think is a good time to get into my thoughts on the products. Alright, so my thoughts on everything that we used. I used a lot of new stuff today. So the Grown Woman palette by Me Lala Beauty. Beautiful palette. Don't necessarily think it's worth $42. I felt like the shades were a little hard to work with. They didn't quite blend as seamlessly as I feel like $42 eyeshadow should. And not only that, but they weren't that pigmented, which for that price point, I mean, when I first looked at this palette, all I could see was like pigment in the pans. And I thought that that would, like, I was like, fuck yeah, this is gonna be like super pigmented. But it really was a little lackluster. And I feel like there's not a lot of looks you can do with this palette, just because the variety of shades is like all geared towards one tone. And I feel like it was not quite my favorite. I mean, I'll probably use it again, like, to do some other looks, but I don't think it's worth $42. So if you're able to get it in your Boxycharm or for free or whatever, I think that that's cool. I think you should use it. I think I created a really nice eye look with it. I just think it's a little overpriced for what it is. So the next product I used that was new, the Lottie London Wing Woman eyeliner. Wow, I don't think I can recommend this enough. Honestly, I don't know like what the technology is to make an eyeliner pen and how this is different, but this worked better than any felt tip liner pen that I've ever used. And I'm talking high-end and drugstore. Like, this is really, really amazing. And it's very black, it's very pigmented, and it feels like it was still very like creamy and liquidy when I was done doing my liner. So I feel like you actually probably could do the line across your eyelid with this and still have enough product left to do the wing. I was just worried that because I'd had so many pens that have dried out on me. I was worried that that was what was going to happen with this one, and I really wanted to do my wings with it because obviously Wing Woman, like, that's what I wanted to try it for. But I cannot recommend this enough, and I'm so happy that I found Lottie London products here in the US because I thought that I never would, and this is like a new favorite of mine now. I'm probably going to use that a lot. I mostly use my Megaliner from Wet n Wild, but sometimes if I need to like sharpen up a line, or I need to like fix something, or just get in there a little bit quicker, a little bit easier, I'll reach for an eyeliner pen. And I have so many of them, it doesn't even matter at this point. But this one is staying in the front so that I know to use it, because it's that good, like, no joke. So after that, my lashes weren't necessarily new. I got them in the big AOA shopping haul that I did. I didn't necessarily make a video on that, like a haul video showing everything. I kind of thought about it, but at the same time I was like, nah, because I had so much in that package that it would have taken forever, and I kind of just didn't know if people would be interested. But that's where I got these lashes, the Camille lashes. I did have to shorten them a little bit. I had to cut them down like maybe like half a section because they were just a little bit too long for my eyes, and I do think that they look pretty perfect now. So I'm more than pleased with that. The next thing I used that was new was the Jecca Blac Hydrate Primer, and I think I like this so far. My face looks very dewy, that's for sure, but I think I like this so far. It just feel like it made my foundation apply a little differently than it normally does, but I also haven't used that foundation in a little bit, so that could be why. But I actually really like this. I'm glad that I got it in my Boxycharm because I feel like this is something I might have overlooked, like if I were shopping. So I'm just glad that I got this, and I like it so far. I'm gonna keep giving it a try to see if I completely 100% recommend it. But yeah, so let's see, what else did we use that was new? Foundation wasn't new, concealer wasn't new, powder wasn't new. Oh, okay, so the Glodiant makeup palette I think is so beautiful, and I think that the concept is so cool. This was probably, I mean, the highlight, bro, like the highlight. It's amazing. And then I also applied a little bit of this kind of as my blush. I feel like the pinky tone in this kind of gets lost in the other shades, but I think the fact that I got this in my Boxycharm and I didn't have to pay for it other than the box itself, so it's $5 a product. So I mean, for $5 it's well worth it. It does say that the manufacturer's recommended retail price is $34. So and I know that Touch in Sol is becoming kind of like a bigger, more popular brand because K-beauty is just really in. So I really love this, and I can't wait to keep using it. Like the freaking highlight is like insane, and it just looks beautiful. And in person I look like I am gleaming in silver. I know on camera it looks a little different, but this is really like a really cool product that I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of. And honestly, my last new product that I tried was the Physicians Formula Rosé Kiss All Day Velvet Lip Color, and I had the shade First Kiss, as we all know, and apparently it's vegan, and I assume that means that it's cruelty free, because cruelty free I think comes with the territory of being vegan, because obviously vegans are against, you know, they're all for the ethical treatment of animals. So if a product claims to be vegan, it's probably cruelty free, at least I would hope. Don't quote me on that. But I think the color is really pretty. It applied very easily thanks to the tip. I just kind of made a mess on it. But yeah, I have one of those little sharpeners that has like a big end, so I will be able to sharpen this. But I wish it was like a twist up kind of crayon like type of idea, but I like it regardless. I don't think this will be transfer proof, just because like I've gotten a little bit on my fingers and it doesn't seem to want to move, but it's like really nice. It dries down to like a velvety finish and it's just like really comfortable. It looks nice. I mean, I can't complain because it goes with the whole eye look that I've got going on. And I don't know. I just think that everything came together beautifully today. And I don't know. That's basically my thoughts on everything I tried today for the first time. I'm going to now spritz my face with setting spray because I forgot. It's nice. And that was just the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set. So last but not least, I just want to say thank you for watching, and subscribe if you wish, and like this video if you like the content, and stay hydrated. But mostly like and subscribe if you really like this content. I really enjoy making it, and I hope that the feeling is mutual as far as watching it. But yeah, this is what I came up with today. So thank you for watching.